Russell M. Nelson. A name etched in the quiet annals of healing hands and heavenly callings. A man whose century-spanning life bridged the sterile precision of surgery with the soaring anthems of faith. On September 27, 2025 at 101, this gentle giant slipped peacefully from his Salt Lake City home just after 10 p.m. His departure a soft exhale after a symphony of service that mended hearts both literal and lost. No dramatic cause was named, only the tender veil of age and fulfillment, leaving a world of 17.5 million faithful to whisper prayers of gratitude amid the grief. Today, as the Wasatch winds carry his memory skyward, we trace the boy who pedaled through dawn's chill, the surgeon who restarted frozen pulses, the prophet who built bridges to eternity. This is more than a life retold. It's a heartfelt hymn to resilience, love's quiet victories, and a legacy that beats on in every soul he touched. Settle close, for Russell's story stirs the spirit like a mountain sunrise, warm, unyielding, eternal. Envision the golden haze of a 1924 September in Salt Lake City, where pioneer grit still scented the air like sagebrush after rain. On the 9th, in a sturdy home on Hawthorne Avenue, Russell Marion Nelson arrived as the fourth child, his cries a prelude to a life of measured miracles. His mother, Floss Edna Anderson, was a pioneer in her own right, one of Utah's first female secretaries, her fingers flying over keys to forge paths for women in a buttoned-up era, instilling in Russell a reverence for quiet determination. His father, Marion Claver Nelson, a journalist whose words at the Deseret News wove community threads, taught him the power of truth told true, even as the family navigated lulls in their own faith. With sisters Marjorie and Enid and brother Robert, young Russell's world was a whirl of sibling songs and shared suppers, laughter echoing off walls that held stories of Danish and English roots. Though his parents weren't churchgoers then, devoted teachers drew him in. At 16, he chose baptism alone, stepping into font waters with a boy's bold heart, sealing a covenant that would anchor him through tempests. Those newspaper routes at dawn, like wheels crunching frost, headlines heavy in his basket, forged his discipline, a whisper of press on that would echo from operating rooms to sacred podiums. High school flew by in a prodigy's blur, graduating at 16 with honors that lit his path to the University of Utah. There, amid biology labs and tennis courts where his serves sang, he balanced fraternity firesides and bank ledgers, earning his bachelor's in 1945 with highest marks. Medicine's call deepened. In 3 fierce years, he claimed his MD in 1947, first in class at 22. His white coat a canvas for dreams of mending the broken. War's shadow called next, Korea's roar pulling him into the U.S. Army Medical Corps from 1951 to 1953. As captain, he stitched souls in Walter Reed's wards and mashed tents reeking of earth and anguish. Shrapnel slashed boys under lantern glow, his steady voice a lifeline amid the chaos. Those nights etched empathy into his bones, a surgeon's skill softened by a father's gaze. Homeward bound, he chased a PhD at the University of Minnesota in 1954, co-inventing the heart-lung machine, a whirring wonder that breathed life into open-heart frontiers, his basement tinkering a bridge from mortality's edge to hope's horizon. Back in Salt Lake by 1955, faculty robes draped his shoulders at the University of Utah, but Russell's hands itched for action. In a makeshift workshop, he built his own bypass, and on January 10th, at 30, he cracked the first successful open-heart surgery west of the Mississippi. Patching an atrial defect under glaring lights, the patient's revived rhythm a hallelujah chorus. Pediatric triumphs followed. A 4-year-old's tetralogy mended in 1956, her laughter soon free. Decades bloomed with breakthroughs, tricuspid valves in 1960, aortic innovations in 1968, his scalpel saving nearly 7,000 lives, from Prophet Spencer W. Kimball's valve in 1972 to Chinese opera star Fong Rongxiang's bypass in 1985. Globe-trotting lectures to Mexico, Africa, India crowned him. Society for Vascular Surgery president in 1975, thoracic surgery chair at LDS Hospital. Yet beneath the acclaim, faith's tide rose. In 1984, at 59, he traded scrubs for apostolic robes, ordained to the Quorum of the 12 by Gordon B. Hinckley. For 34 years, his voice steadied counsels, ascending to quorum president in 2015. A healer now healing divides. January 14, 2018, dawned his pinnacle. At 93, the oldest ever, Russell became the 17th church president. His think celestial plea a beacon through worldly fog. His tenure? A whirlwind of revelation. 30 temples unveiled in 2018 alone, swelling to over 200 by his passing. From Brazil's jungles to Russia's vastness, each spire a promise of peace. He reclaimed the church's full name, shedding Mormon with gentle firmness, a devotion's badge for millions. Pandemic shadows tested him. Closing chapels, urging masks and vaccines, he stood resolute, faith's shepherd in isolation's storm. Bold strokes followed. 2019's policy shifts on LGBTQ+ families, baptisms restored with compassion's balance. Though gender guidelines sparked murmurs of heartache, he met them with unwavering grace. At 95, he toured continents. At 100, his vigor lit youth firesides, a century marked by miracles. Global growth surged under him, 17.5 million strong. His message is a drumbeat. Covenants mend, joy's plan prevails. Through it all, his eyes held heaven's glint, a prophet who'd glimpsed God's blueprint in a beating heart. In the hearth's glow, Russell's soul found its sweetest verse, a love story scripted in duets and devotions. At 21, in 1945's Utah Capitol, he wed Dantzel White, the cellist whose strings had ensnared him at a university concert, her melody weaving through his med school marathons. Their Salt Lake home swelled with 10 children. 9 daughters, 1 son. Marjorie, Wendy, Gloria, Brenda, Sylvia, Marcia, another Wendy, Emily, Lori, Russell Jr., each a harmony in chaos. Dantzel conducted it all. Violin lessons amid laughter-filled suppers, her bow guiding family vacations to Hawaii's waves or Europe's spires, teaching wonder beyond Zion. But grief's minor key struck in 2005. At a temple event, Dantzel collapsed, her 60-year song silenced at 78. Russell, shattered at 80, eulogized through tears. My everything, teaching me heaven's hollow. Widower nights ached, yet light returned in 2006's April Bloom. He wed Wendy L. Watson, the marriage therapist whose wisdom on resilient bonds had long whispered to his shelves. In the Salt Lake Temple, their vows bloomed anew, Wendy embracing his brood as her own, her notes of nurture quilting 57 grandchildren and 167 greats by his end. Their enclave overlooked the valley. Dawn's scriptures laced with her relational grace, garden rambles pondering life's whys, evenings with little ones at his knee, absorbing tales of battlefield mercies. Simple joys defined them, oatmeal mornings, rose-tended afternoons, a grand piano for Wendy's improvisations. A 2017 pacemaker ticked on, travels uncurbed even past 100. His wardrobe modest, diet surgeon smart, hobbies genealogies gentle digs into fjords and moors. Charity's quiet river flowed. Unseen gifts to missions, scholarships, wells, echoes of his global surgeries. In Wendy's tender words, he's listener first, lover of souls, ours most. 2 lifetimes in one. Their bond a renewal's vow, proving love defies time's thief. Fortune for Russell, tallied in treasures unseen, blessings, not balances. At passing, his net worth graced about $7 million, a steward sum from dual devotions, sown with pioneer prudence. Surgeon salaries, humble 50s seeds, 6-figure harvests by 70s via professorships and consults. Rooted it, wisely woven into Avenue's real estate. A family anchor at 2 million properties gifted kin. Apostolic allowance, 120,000 yearly for apostolic jets to Kinshasa dedications. Sustained, while heart-lung patents licensed to Medtronic dripped low 6s annually. Book streams, accomplishing the impossible. Devotionals at 20,000 copies, added softly. Pre-1984 lectures in Beijing or Bombay bolstered. Wendy's therapy till family called full. Philanthropy pruned plenty. Church arms swelled by millions for Polynesian scholars, African aquifers. Personal seeds for war zone medics. No extravagance. A piano for symphonies, reunion flights, theology-laden library. Wealth is witness, richest count blessings, he mused, his ledger a footnote to infinity's vault, closed on earth, flung wide to stars. As Salt Lake spires catch the fading light, Russell M. Nelson's earthly refrain softens to forever, a tapestry of saves and sermons, family choruses and faith's fierce advance, from dawn routes to divine mantles. He taught us vitality's secret, not years stacked, but lives layered. In choices at 16, vows renewed at 81, hands healing across divides. In this hush of loss laced with light, we cherish not the quiet, but the crescendo he leaves. If his harmony hums in you, the grit to graft science and spirit, love's power to rewrite grief, stay with us. Subscribe for more souls that spotlight our own, like If His Rhythm Resonates. Till brighter dawns, think celestial, fade to peace.